But enough about the non-playoff teams and the struggling teams. We could get into the next get into our previews, and we have the Bills versus the Bengals. The Bills are a -1 favorite right now, on the road to Cincinnati, which is interesting to me. It'll be this will be a good game to kind of measure how Joe Burrow like plays against all competition. Um, I I don't know. I mean, me personally, I'll take the Bengals. I'll take the Bengals to win this game.
I think this is a good game for both teams, just to straight up measure where they're at this point in the
Nah,
season. I think the Bengals have been playing well as of late. They got Jamar Chase back. Joe Burrow's been playing great. And the Bills, after a few struggles along the way this season, have been playing pretty good as of late as well. And both of these teams will be playoff teams. Um, outside of the Bills playing the Chiefs, which we know is like a must-watch TV at this point, this might be the next best, game in the AFC to watch. And yeah, -1 favorites on the road for the Bills. It's certainly a tough one to pick. I'm surprised it's not just a straight up pick 'em. But yeah, this you know it's going to be a tough game for both teams. We know they're playing in Cincinnati, even if they were playing in Buffalo. Both teams, outdoor stadiums in the
fairly
colds
cold. Yeah,
at this time of year. It's going to be one of those, tough, gritty games. And right, as on the edge of the cusp of the playoffs, it's going to be a big momentum shift for the team that wins and for the team that loses, I think.
yeah,
If you're the Bills and you lose to the Bengals, a team that you might have to face at some point in the playoffs, that's a bit tough. And we saw, like I said, the Bills struggle enough early this year, even though they still hold one of the better records. Um, Knowing that the Bengals team that went to the Super Bowl last year just beat you, and having to gear up for that game again um, does will certainly be a factor in the future if that's the case. If they win, I mean, look, they're the favorite here. I think for the general public, they probably just roll with the Bills just because blindly, just because of the narratives around the Bills and the Chiefs, kind of always seeming like they've been the better teams throughout the year in the AFC.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I said, the Bengals are right there, and they're doing what they need to do. Um, yeah, definitely the game of the week for sure. At this point, there's no other games with two teams of this caliber in it, and you know, I'd probably roll with a pick 'em here. And if I had to pick, I'd probably lean towards the Bengals, literally just because they're the home team. I think if
Nah,
this was at Buffalo, I'd lean towards Buffalo.
yeah,
But with the Bengals being at home, I think it's that even that that's enough to move me over to the Bengals side. And as you see in football, sometimes a team like the Bills, I mean, they're going to lose some games. I think this is a game that if they lost it, like I said, it's a momentum shift, but especially if it's a close game, which I would anticipate it being either way,
right.
I don't think they'll get too down about it. They know the Bengals are a good team. They're a solid team. Comparable records at this point. The Bengals are not that far behind the Bills, and yeah, certainly one of the games to watch this week.
Yeah,